Right then guys, time for some action. Got the old bazooka out. Come on in, let's have it. Let's blow some numbnuts up.
Super Nintendo Entertainment Center will release the power. You will release the control. Experience it for yourself. The next generation from Nintendo. Now you're playing with super power.
Welcome back Super Nintendo collectors. Alex here with another video and a very happy new year to you all guys. I hope you're all well. Thought I'd kickstart the year with a Super Nintendo collection video. Been picking up a few obscurities along the way. And we've got this one to play at the end. We're going to get the old bazooka out, the Super Scope, and blow some baddies up from Baghdad. So I'm really looking forward to that. I haven't played this for ages, but before we get into that, I've got about 10 to 12 new games to showcase in this video. So without further ado, guys, let's just get into it. So let's kick it off, guys. Let's kick it off. First up is this is an upgrade. You wouldn't think much of it as an upgrade, really, because the box is in terrible state. But I literally just had this loose. And I've had this game loose for a long time. It is Gun Force by Irem. And it is a run and gun game, and unfortunately it suffers terrible slowdown. And some of the sprites are so big on the screen, like the helicopter, it's just ridiculously big. Just doesn't control well. It's unfortunate because the arcade game is very good. It's just a terrible conversion, but you know, I had the loose cart. I just thought I'd look out for a box. I think I got this on eBay. I just wanted to house the cart in an original box. So I've got the manual, got the cart, and now I've got the box. And I think, you know, once you put them into jewel cases, hard cases, they don't look too bad up on the shelf. This is not a game that, I guess if I see a better box, then I will buy it. But for now, that would just do me. But yeah, this is Gun Force by Irem. It's just a shame that the graphics are not that great. Well, the graphics are good. It's got terrible slowdown, very bad slowdown. Next up are the two Darius games. So I've got Darius Twin and Darius Nova, which I think is Darius Force. Both of these games, guys, are average. They're not the best shooters on the Super Nintendo. They're really not. But I like Darius. I love Darius in the arcade. I love the big Darius burst at the arcade club with the twin screen, the big seat, the subwoofer that sits under the seat, and you just totally immerse in this game. It's an awesome game. And I do like the original one as well, the really old 80s Darius game. So I've got a lot of nostalgia with Darius, you know, and I thought I'd pick these up. But they're average, guys. There are better versions of Darius. But, you know, if you like your shooters, you'll probably get something out of it. I did. I don't mind them. This one goes for about 100 quid. On the Super Famicom and North America. This one I think is a little bit cheaper. You can get for around about £40, something like that, £50. But yeah, I'm happy to get these in the collection. I've always wanted both in the collection, so that is nice to have both the Darius games back in the Super Nintendo collection. Next up is World Heroes 2, which is a fighting game. I think it is an SNK game. It is. Which I haven't played, but I think I got a good deal on this. I didn't pay much more than about £30 for this game, which is not bad for Super Nintendo games. Got the wear like all these games have, but interested to see what this one plays like. Whether it will stay in the collection or not, I don't know, guys. I don't know. I just love picking these games up. If I see a good deal, then I will pick it up, and I think I got a good deal on this one. So I will try this out, see what it's like, and see if it will stay in the collection. Next up is a game I've had in my collection before. It's Choplifter 3. The Super Famicom one is a very rare game to get, and it goes for probably a couple of £100, if not more. This, I've seen a lot of buy it nows for over £100, but I got an excellent deal on this. 75 quid. It's in immaculate condition, it really is, and it's a fantastic game. I love this. It's a horizontal shooter, really, but you're picking up men like Defender, your POWs and getting them back to the camp. It's just a nice pace shooter. You know, you can take it at your own time. I really like it. I love Choplifter. Loved it in the arcade, and this is a great game to have on the Super Nintendo, and in immaculate condition. It really is. So really chuffed to get that back. Next up is Wolfchild. This is an action platforming game. We take on this barbarian and he turns into a werewolf, which is part of his special powers. There's quite a lot of levels in this. I think there's about, there's 5 worlds and 8 different levels in this game. It's a little bit clunky in places. You can get a little bit stuck under ledges and stuff like that. But overall, I think the atmosphere is good. The gameplay is pretty cool. And I find it quite an enjoyable game. So I've got a good deal on this. I think I paid about 30 quid for this one, which is not bad. So good to get that back. Next up is Q*bert 3. Love Q*bert in the arcade. Really wanting to get this one back in the collection, because the levels are a little bit bigger than the normal arcade game. You know, you've just got the pyramid, one level pyramid triangle. Well, these levels kind of sprawl out a little bit further, so there's a lot more platforms to turn over, and I quite enjoy it. I love Q*bert. I think he's a great little character, isn't he? He's so iconic, and this is in fantastic condition. Can't remember what I paid for this now. I think I paid about 80 quid for this one, so not a cheap one to find. I think you can get. Can you get it on the Super Famicom? I think you can get it on the Super Famicom probably a little bit cheaper than you can on the North American regions. Next up is a game that I had when I had my Super Nintendo back in the day, in around about 1992. Never finished it. It is the awesome Demon's Crest by Capcom. We take on Firebrand, which is the character here on the front. Awesome box art. And you've got to find all these stones in all these worlds, and then you take on these different forms. It's a really atmospheric game. A lot of the monsters are very creative. I love the end of level bosses. It's just an awesome game. Don't know why. Well, I do know why I sold it, but I'm happy to have it back in the collection because it is a cool game. Expect to pay around £250 for this, guys. It's not a cheap one, and it's going up. So I paid about 270 quid for this game, but I'm so chuffed to get this back because I used to play this a lot. So I want to get back into that and see if I can complete it this time, which would be nice. Next up is a really fun racing game. It's called Battle Cars. So it's a little bit like Mario Kart. It's got that Mode 7 going on, and you can smash into other cars. You've got spikes going on. You can drop things behind you. Yeah, it's a fun 2-player game. If you've got a mate to play with you, Battle Cars is a good fun game. Lovely box art. So I had this, I don't know, a couple of years ago, and I sold it. Didn't have it back in the day, but I did enjoy it. I think there was a board game of this. I think Games Workshop made a board game of this as well. Whether it's a take on that, I'm not sure. But yes, cool little Mode 7 racer for the Super Nintendo. Next up, we've got a really cool platforming game. Not the best platform game on the Super Nintendo, but it's fun. And it's by Capcom. It's called Bonkers. I'm not sure whether this is an actual... Well, it must be a Disney character, but I've never heard of it. I'm not up on all the Disney characters, to be fair. But it's a really colourful, fun platform Disney game, I would say. So that's nice to get the Capcom games back in the collection. They're all going to fly over, I bet you. This is quite an easy one to get PAL. Not so easy to get North American. It's Nigel Mansell's World Championship Racing, because they're all into their Indy 500 things over there. But I guess with Nigel Mansell winning the Indy 500, he won the Indy 500 and the Formula 1 World Championship the same year. So maybe he's quite well known in America. This is a great, more serious simulation type racer on the Super Nintendo. It's got fantastic music. I love the music in this. And it is a really playable game. You know, it's not too complicated. It's not too many stats. So it's still that arcade feel about it. But I do love Nigel Mansell's, and he was the boss for me back in the day. Forget Damon Hill. He only won it once. You know, Nigel Mansell, Indy 500 one year and Formula 1 the same year was incredible a feat. It really was. I know Lewis Hamilton has come a long way and he is probably one of the best drivers we've ever had. But back in the 90s, Nigel Mansell was king. He was king. And it's great to have that game on the Super Nintendo because I absolutely love Nigel Mansell. Next up is a game that I used to own, and I managed to get this for, what was it, about $4.50. Expensive game, but it's only going up. I was lucky to get it for $4.50, to be fair. The ones I've seen going for $600, $700. There's some a bit lower. It all depends on the day, guys. You could get this for 250 quid, which is what I paid for it, I don't know, 5 years ago. If you go back and look at some of my earlier videos, I think I paid 200, 250 quid. But I had to get this back because it is one of the best RPGs on the Super Nintendo. The story just pulls you in. It's such a great story. Within 5 minutes of playing this, guys, you will be drawn in. Whether you like RPGs or not, this will draw you in, I guarantee. It's such a twist on the story. The graphics are great. Loads of Mode 7 going on. Battles are really cool. I finished it on the DS. I've never finished it on the Snes, so I've got to play this on the Super Nintendo. I'm so chuffed to get this back in the collection. I really am. And it's in absolutely mint condition. It really is. So really chuffed to get Chrono Trigger in. I think the only other RPG I'd like is Earthbound, but I mean, that is crazy money. Have you seen the money that Earthbound's going for recently? The last 2 listings on eBay went for £3,000. That's no word of a lie, guys. £3,000. And to think, what, 5 years ago, you could pick that up for 500 quid and we thought that was a lot. Crazy, crazy, crazy money. Right, next up, you're going to love this one. Well, I'm going to love this one because we're going to play this one. It is the brilliant Operation Thunderbolt. I'm so happy to get this back. Had this in my collection. You can see me in the intro with the gun. I got that gun out because I used to play this back in the day. I loved that arcade. My good friend Dave, Retro Dave Pinball and Arcade, has got this. He's going for a world record. Well, it's not Operation Thunderbolt, it's Operation Wolf. He's going for the world record on. So I might have to get this out when he comes over. He's going to love this. But it plays really well. It's a great arcade conversion on the Super Nintendo. I didn't even know it existed on the Super Nintendo until fairly recently. So chuffed to get this back. This, again, guys, is really hard to find. Expect to pay over 100 quid for this one. So hard to find. But it is a really fun arcade game. And we're going to play this, guys. We're going to get the old scope out. We're going to kick some butt with this. And we may be playing other games as well. We might play Demon's Crest. We might play Battle Cars. We'll see. But we're definitely going to play this.
Operation Thunderbolt.
Right. Let's just calibrate the gun. Make sure it's calibrated right. Yes. And again. Yes. Right, exit. Game start. And we want Dan. Let's have a bit of Dan, Red Beret. Let's shoot some Baghdadians. Don't need a brief. Just get straight in the action. We want the action, guys, don't we? Just get straight in the action. Come on. Right. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Come on, let's have it. Let's get the handbag. It's a little bit juddery. But it's not too bad, to be fair. You can get into all sorts of angles with this. You don't have to sit here in a chair. You know, you can do what you like, really. I feel right back in the arcade now, guys. Oh, I just missed the bag. Oh, nicely done. I haven't used a single bomb yet. Got the bag, or whatever it is. It's not a bag, is it? It's doing well. Got plenty of life left. Oh, I've got the bag. Let's get the helicopter. Oh, yes, blew him up. Give him a nice rocket. Got the satchel, whatever it is. Oh yes. No problem at all. What we got now? And a level boss? Is that it? Oh, okay. Right, first level done. Level 2. The crosshair is not moving so well on this level for some reason. I don't know why. It's struggling. I've got no rockets left. Oh, I'm really struggling now. For some reason, the crosshair does not compute as well on this level, and I don't know why. It was fine on the other level. I'm not going to do very well, no. But you know, we can try different angles. Let's try a different angle. That's not really working. Oh no, I've run out of everything. I've got nothing left. What am I supposed to do? Give me a knife. Have I got a knife? I'm out of everything. I might as well lay my arms down, surrender. That is it. Oh my God. Oh my God. I am dead. Didn't last very long, guys. And that was purely because the scope wasn't really picking up very well. It's kind of judging. It was fine on that first level. Right then, guys, what did you think? Is it worth buying today? Probably not. I mean, I enjoyed it. I think it's a lot of fun. I enjoyed this game back in the day in the arcade for what it was, and this is the nearest experience to the arcade you're ever going to get on a home console with this. It's much better playing with this than the mouse or the pad. So for a bit of fun, I think it's worth it. Every Snes collector has got a scope, haven't they? You can pick them up for 20 quid. They're so cheap. And if you can get hold of this game, guys, it is a lot of fun for what it is. Just got to nab your kids' batteries out of their Christmas toys to get it working. Maybe the scope needs cleaning. There's the infrared pickup that you plug into the Snes. That might need clean as well because the crosshair was jumping. But only on that second level. It was fine on the first level, so I'm not sure what's going on there. But guys, I thought it was a lot of fun for what it is. Anyway, that's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I did. It was always fun. We'll do another one, I don't know, in a few weeks' time. See what other weird and obscure games we can sort of delve into my collection and play. Anyway, that's it. I hope you have a good Christmas. A very happy New Year to you all, guys. And I'll see you on the next one.